What's up, Libra? And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Alright, guys, so this is going to be your March mid-month spread. So this is going to be a general reading from about March 15th to about April 15th, okay? So this will be for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs, okay? And we'll just see what comes out, okay? Alright, so what is going on with the sign of Libra? Mid-month sign of Libra, what is going on? Okay, let's give this a few more shuffles, make sure it's nice and good. Alright guys, let's lay this out. Okay. Oop, and my ring's falling off. Let's get that back on. Okay. So the energy that you guys have here is a world card, okay? So this is a very, very good energy to have. Now, there's definitely a phase of your life that, or a chapter rather of your life that is definitely closing out. So regardless of what's closing out, what's beautiful about the world card is that whatever's coming in is going to be really, really good for you. You guys are definitely leveling up, getting to a new stage that's going to be great for you. But there's definitely something that you have to stop working on. And either something that you have to reject, something that rejects you, or maybe there was a sense of burden. You know, it could have been a financial burden, or you just, not resonating with something anymore. So let's see what's going on. So the first card that you guys have for the past is the Ace of Pentacles. So there's definitely a new start that happens here. This could have been within work since it is a pentacle. But with the Ace of Pentacles, whatever it was that started here, it's something that doesn't necessarily develop overnight, but something that has the potential to really last long term. Okay, why is this Ace of Pentacles here? We have the Ace of Wands in the reverse. So you had to let go of something, okay? Maybe you're very passionate about this thing, but you had to let go of something in order to have this new start, okay? And with the Two of Cups in the reverse, it could have been, someone that you were very emotionally invested in terms of a lover, a friend, a cousin, a family member, but a fallout of a relationship that was very important to you, or it could have also been a job that was very important to you as well. Okay, with the Karma card in the reverse, which in this deck is the Judgment card in the reverse, you just felt like this wasn't going to be a good move, so you had to move forward. The next card that you guys have for the past is the Ten of Wands. So you could have been burdened by what you had to let go of, or with whatever you started, although it has the potential to last a long time, it could require a lot of work on your part. All right, and we have the Five of Wands. So with the Five of Wands, this could be a sense of competition. This could be a sense of pettiness. This could be a sense of, arguing with people. Maybe you had a new job where, you are competing with other employees, trying to see who has the best, numbers or the most sales. Okay. And we have the High Priest in the reverse, which is a Hierophant in this deck in the reverse. So there's something here that you guys just feel is unconventional, something that you're falling out of, something that's just way too conflicting for you. And with the Justice card, you just want things to be balanced. You want the scale to balance out. You definitely don't want to deal with this conflict. So with the last card here, the Six of Wands in the reverse, you're looking at something and saying, look, victory might not happen here. Or maybe you don't want victory to happen here. Okay. But there's something that you're not necessarily proud of. And with the Hangman in the reverse, you really felt like you were forcing a situation. And I just feel like you guys just want to get out of it at this point, regardless of what the catalyst to the situation was. Temperance card in the reverse, it was just something that really didn't make you feel good. Okay, Death card. So this is done. This is over. Something new that you have to get into. In the present moment, we have the Five of Swords in the reverse. So again, you guys are still carrying this energy where you're really trying to avoid conflict at all costs. You don't want to be involved with anything that's going to make you feel tense at this point. All right, and we have the Six of Swords. So with the Six of Swords, you're moving away from something that you were very emotionally invested in. It could be difficult for you, but you just don't want the problems. Okay, and we have the Shadow side in the reverse, which in this deck is the Devil card. Okay, so we have the Devil card in the reverse. You're moving away from something. You don't want problems. You're removing yourself from something that was toxic for you. The next card you guys have for the present moment is the King of Swords in the reverse. So most of the time with the King of Swords in the reverse, you know, because in my opinion, I feel like this is the cruelest king when they're in the reverse. Depending on the situation, okay? But most of the time I see it as the cruelest king, but I also look at it as both ways. This could be someone that, you know, is just very selfish, very manipulative, someone who can be abusive mentally, physically, emotionally, verbally. Just someone that is not pleasant to be around. But there's two ways we can get to that. You know, we can just decide to be that way. Just, you know, fuck everybody. Let's, you know, just fuck shit up today. Or this could be someone that was pushed to this. Okay, maybe you had a job or a person in your life that just kept pressing your buttons the wrong way. And now you're moving away and it's like, look, I don't want your shit anymore. If you do not have anything that is going to benefit me, you have no business talking to me right now. So, yeah, I look like an asshole right now, but this is what you just brought out. So there could really be a sense of you guys saying, you know, enough is enough. I'm standing my ground. You're not here to help me out. I know that, and I'm moving forward. Okay? It'll definitely vary for some of you, though. And we have the Nine of Wands in the reverse, okay? So something that you guys put a lot of time and effort into, okay, but it's time to give it up. Empress card in the reverse, you don't want to move forward with this anymore, okay? With the Chariot, I really just feel like for a lot of you, that's what's happening. You have to take control now, all right? So there's a lot of adversities. There's a lot of things happening, and you're saying, you know what, screw this. I'm taking control. I'm moving forward. So despite the fact that there might be some concern, you know, with the Nine of Swords where you're really anxious, you're losing sleep at night, and there's a sense of, you know, sadness here. With the Eight of Wands in the reverse, there's just something that's getting cut off. There's something that you guys have to let go of. And with the Ace of Cups in the reverse, you do just that. So despite if you're hurt in this situation, you know that you need to gain control of whatever you feel you lost control of, and you have to move forward. Why is this Ace of Cups in the reverse here? Wheel of Fortune, okay, or the Wheel of the Year in this deck. So with this, whatever you guys are letting go of, it's helping you to move forward in a more beneficial way, okay? So even if this doesn't feel good, your life is going to get better now that you're able to let this thing go. All right, Seven of Wands in the reverse, you gave up on something, and now, you know, your life is able to open up for more blessings because you got a toxic situation out. And with the Hermit card, you guys are in a place where you're removing yourself from something that wasn't working. You're in a place of solitude. You're just trying to acquire wisdom from what you just went through. You're trying to use the wisdom that you already have to move forward and say, how can I maximize on my happiness? How can I maximize on my success? How can I maximize on my tranquility? So you guys move forward from this, okay? Going into the future, the first card that you have is the Fool card in the reverse. So I feel like it's just a reference to this, saying, you know what, that would have been a disaster had I kept going down that road. Okay, and you have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. The blindfold is off. There's no sense of feeling trapped anymore. You guys get yourself out of a trap. You free yourself from something that was really holding you back. All right, and you have the Strength card in the reverse. Do you feel a bit debilitated? Absolutely, but you guys got out. All right, so that's the most important thing. You got out. The World card. Because you're strong enough to get out of this, or even if you were forced to get out of it and it doesn't feel good for you, life is going to get much better. Okay, so you guys made the right choice. And even if it wasn't your choice to get out of this, it was the best thing for you. Okay? Now you have the Magician. So now that you got bullshit out of your life, you're able to manifest anything that you want. You have everything within you to get what you want. Knight of Swords. All right, so I love it, guys. You know, whatever it is that you guys let go of, now you're focused. Now you're saying, okay, I need to move forward. That's cut out. Anything that's not going to help me to build myself or Anything that's not going to benefit me, that's it. I'm not dealing with it anymore. All right, you guys are really, really focused on the end goal here. And with the Seven of Pentacles, you guys are planting your seeds. You guys are waiting to see how things are going to transpire, but you're really, you're putting work into yourself, and you're moving forward in a way where you know that things might not develop for you overnight, but now you're focused. Now you're actually on the path where you can grow. All right, and we have the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so by you guys letting this go, you find balance. All right, now you're able to think clearly. Now you're able to move forward. Now you're able to be more yourself. Again, the World card coming out. So guys, this is beautiful. All right, whatever it was that you let go of, no matter how painful it may have been, you know, you set yourself up. All right, so with the Four of Swords, you guys are really just focused on, you know, what can I do in order to move forward in the best way possible. Okay, so now you guys are thinking, now you guys are strategizing, and for Libras, that is something that is very easy to do. Something here just kind of, you know, got you lost for a little bit, but you gained it back. You know, for some of you, it could have been a situation where maybe you were dealing with someone promiscuous, maybe a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or a secret here that came out in terms of love. But whatever secrets came out, whatever made you feel unstable, you're just not dealing with that anymore. Okay, secrets came out, things didn't work out, but regardless of the catalyst to all of this, you're moving forward in the best way for you. So you guys got your power back. I love it. Okay, this is amazing. All right, so let's see what your Earth Magic Oracle card is going to be for this mid-month reading. Okay. What card of advice does the sign of Libra need to hear? What card of advice does the sign of Libra need to hear? Let me give this one more shuffle, and then we'll see what pops out for you guys. All right. Unfoldment. So you guys got lotus flower unfoldment. What I love is that with the lotus flower, it's just a flower within itself. It's a really beautiful thing just within itself because, yeah, you see the beauty of it, but all the roots of this flower are completely submerged underwater. So, yeah, you guys are unfolding, you're immersing from something, but your roots, it may have, you know, wherever it was that you were coming from, you literally could have felt like you were drowning, like you were underwater. Like, when am I going to come up from this? It's kind of like that rose that grows out of the concrete, okay? So, whatever it was that you guys went through, because there's so much significance, you know, in the lotus flower, especially when it has to come, you know, it has to do with serenity and just finding yourself and finding that spiritual, you know, enlightenment. So you guys are coming from a place where things were kind of all over the, you know, things were all over the place. You may have felt like you just weren't stable with what you were doing. There may have been a lot of painful situations you had to deal with, but you guys had to wake up. All right, you had to wake up, and I've said this to you guys before, but I'm really, really weird because when I see people in immense pain, or if I see people going through an immense struggle, I smile, and I smile on the inside. And people initially, especially if they're talking to me in person, they will get upset, and they're like, look, Lissette, take me seriously. You know, this is something that's, it's hurting me. Lissette, I'm broken. I'll be like, yo, I get it. I understand that. But the most beautiful things in life, guys, come from pain. And I smile because when you're in pain, you don't see that right away. When you're going through a chaotic situation, you don't see that right away. But the pain has always been the catalyst to success, has always been the catalyst to spiritual enlightenment, has always been the catalyst to finding out what you want and what you need in life. Okay? It takes dealing with and getting everything that you don't want in life to understand what it is that you do want in life and to be able to move forward and get that. You know, at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Shaman card. Okay, so with the Shaman card, it's, you know, it talks about ancient healing. And what the card really says is most of the time when we're going through depression or we're going through something that's really, really heavy on us, or we just really, really feel lost, it's because we're disconnected from source. Okay, we're disconnected from the universe, which means we're disconnected, you know, from ourselves. Okay, we get so caught up in what people expect of us, or what we think that we want, or what we think we should be doing, and we completely tune out our own desires. We tune out our soul and what it is that we need in order to nourish ourselves. So with everything that you guys were going through, I just feel like there was a disconnect. I just feel like, for a while you may have let the noise of the world just kind of get to you, and you were able to take a step back and silence yourself and listen to that quiet voice inside of you to really understand what it is that you want. So this is going to be that crazy part where I smile at you guys and I say, Libra, this is good. Okay? So despite what happened in the past, it really sets you up, in a position where you're going to be able to move forward in a very powerful way. Okay? So whether it was a heartbreak, or whether it was, you leaving a job, or a crazy family situation, or friends that weren't really your friends, it woke you up. Okay? And because of that, you're moving forward in such a beautiful way. It's making you shapeshift. It's making you uncomfortable to the point where you have no other choice but to change yourself in order to change your circumstances. So yeah, you were put against the wall, but you have to be in order to make change in your life. And I say it all the time that you cannot find enlightenment without pain. And I really feel like that's going to be the kind of the precedent for everyone this month, regardless of what sign. Anybody that's going through anything that's painful, it's a good thing, because it reminds you that you're alive. It reminds you that you're able to feel, but it also sets you on a path for spiritual enlightenment. Okay, and once you realize what it is that your heart and soul truly wants, and what you're here for, because every single person in this world has a purpose, but sometimes we get lost. Once you figure out what that is, that's when you can move towards it. We're always told by people, society, our parents, our family, what we need to do. Once you guys realize that, and especially in terms of parents or just people that bring you up in this world, you definitely thank them for that, but we all have our own individual journey. You have to get to a point where you don't feel bad for going after what you want. Okay? Yeah, that's their ideals. Yeah, that's what they think is right. But in your heart and soul that there's something different. You can't listen to other people. As long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as you're not doing anything malicious, you have to follow your own desires. You have to follow that little voice, but sometimes we have to quiet ourselves enough to be able to hear that voice. So you're going to hear that voice, okay? And I don't want it to come about you, or to come about in a schizophrenic sort of way, but you guys really just need to listen to yourselves right now. But everything that you went through was worth it, okay? So make the most of it and learn from it, because lessons will keep coming into our lives until we learn what we had to learn from that lesson. So if you find yourself constantly, at the same sort of shitty jobs, or around the same sort of shitty people, or the same shitty friends, or just the same shitty towns, no matter how much you move, then the change has to be here, not out there. Okay, so until you find out what it was that you were supposed to learn, you're going to keep dealing with the same thing. So nip this shit in the butt and make sure that you guys are able to move forward in alignment with your purpose. Okay, don't force anything. If it feels like it's too much, and there's, too much that you have to do, and it just doesn't feel right, then don't do it. Okay, this life is yours. Don't let people believe that you have to live a certain way. No, it's all about you. It's all about you and what you want. And if they're upset, then that's fine. But the people who are truly down for you, they're gonna be there for you regardless. All right. So follow your heart, guys. Do what you need to do, and just be happy that, yeah, you're coming from a situation that was crazy, but now you're able to grow. Now you're able to expand. Now you're back on route. Okay. I love you guys. I think that this is amazing. And like I said, I'm weird, and I like when people go through pain, because it wakes them up and it shakes you up and it makes you deal with reality. Okay? So this is great. I feel really, really good about this reading for you guys. Now, for those of you that do want your own personal readings, there's 2 ways to get readings from me. If you guys are iPhone users, I do have an app called InstantGo, and it's going to be right at the top of my description below this video. So you can download that app. You can literally call or text me. I always respond to text questions the same day. If you guys call me, if I'm free, I always pick up. If I'm not free at the time that you call me, I'll let you know the moment that I'm free. So you can call me and we can just, navigate through whatever you're going through at the time. And for those of you that do want recorded personal readings, or you just want an emergency reading as well, I do offer that. So I'll get those out to you within 24 hours if you choose an emergency reading. Every day, excluding Sundays. I completely check out on Sundays. You know, that's just a personal day for me. But for the personal readings, it's about a 4 to 7 day wait. And I do record them, and I do send them out so you guys can rewatch them, you know, at your pleasure. But other than that, for anyone that does want to talk to me live on the phone or, you know, through Skype, and you don't have, you don't have iPhone, you guys could do that. Now, the only thing is I require that you get an hour or more reading, just because it's just too much if I take a phone call or if I have to, you know, fit my schedule in with so many other people. So if you guys want to talk to me, it's definitely available without the InstantGo app, but you'd have to get that hour reading or more, okay? I love you guys. I wish you the best, and, you know, be happy about what's coming in. I love it. Take care, Libra.